That evening, you stood in front of the mirror, staring at your reflection. You didn't wear something decent, you wore something powerful. A sleek black dress that hugged your figure in all the right places, classy and commanding. Not too much, not too little. It wasn't for anyone else but you. For the first time in a long time, you weren't dressing to avoid Jungkook's criticism. You were dressing to remind yourself of the hell you were before him. When you walked down the stairs, his eyes found you immediately. He looked up and froze. You could see it, the confusion in his eyes, masked by a smirk. That's what you picked? Trying to prove something? You tilted your head slightly, calm, unbothered. No, I just stopped trying to disappear. He stared at you, unsure how to respond. That was new, him being speechless. You walked past him. At the dinner, you carried yourself differently. You didn't shrink, didn't silence your laughter. You made eye contact with the CEO, spoke with elegance and intelligence. And when Jungkook tried to interrupt, you didn't let him. For the first time, you were more than just his wife. You were yourself. And everyone noticed, especially Jungkook. You watched the way his jaw tightened when the CEO complimented your insides. Your wife is impressive, Jion. You have been hiding her. Yes, Jungkook muttered. She's full of surprises lately. But there was something else behind his words now. Not annoyance, unease. He was losing control, and he knew it. Later that night, back at home, the silence between you stretched. What the hell are you doing? He finally said. You turned to him. I just stopped playing small so you can feel big. He flinched, not physically, but something cracked in him. You think this act is going to work on me? You think dressing up, acting independent is going to fix anything? You stepped closer, calm, composed. I'm not trying to fix us, Jungkook. I'm fixing me. You think this way you can earn my love? You will get my attention? What? Listen, Jungkook, I don't need your attention or your so-called love. And that's when you saw it. The panic. He tried to hide. He shocked. He couldn't accept what you just said. Now you didn't need his love. You didn't need his approval. And that scared him more than anything. Jungkook wasn't used to this version of you. The version who didn't wait up, who didn't text to ask when he would come home, who looked him in the eyes and didn't care what he thought and did. At first, he rolled his eyes, called it a face. You are doing this for attention, he muttered. One morning, watching you sip coffee at the kitchen table in silence. You didn't reply. You just stood, grabbed your bag, and left without a word, without a glance. And for the first time, he felt it. That thing he never thought he would feel. The weight of being irrelevant to you. You had dinner plans with your friends. You looked beautiful, relaxed, confident. Where are you going? Standing in the doorway. Going out, you said simply. With who? Does it matter? There was no hate in your voice. Just detachment, but that word, that tone, it shattered something in him. He grabbed your wrist, not hard, but enough to stop you. Wine, what the hell is happening to you? You looked down at his hand, then up at him. Now, Jungkook, what's finally stopped happening is you controlling me. You slowly pulled your hand away and left, and he stood there alone. That night, he drank, sat in the dark, stared at you to your side of the bed. You were laughing in your Instagram story. That smile, the one he used to say every morning, now belonged to the world, not him. He remembered how you used to smile just like that for him. Before the cold words, the accusations, the way he made you feel like nothing was ever enough. And for the first time in years, he asked himself a question that pierced through his pride. What if she finally realized she deserves better than me? No way for that. I am smart, handsome, and rich. She will never find someone like me. She's lucky that she got me. He made himself sure that it will not happen ever. Next morning, when you came back, everything was back to normal. He was sipping his coffee and sitting on the couch. There is a party tonight for the success of my new project. We both should go together. Okay, Jungkook smirked, hearing your reply. You both went to grand party for the success of the new project. Everything started fine until you started speaking to someone, a man, early 40s, charming and respectful. Just conversation. Jungkook walked up mid-laugh, wrapping a possessive arm around your waist like a leash. Ah, I see. My wife's doing what she does best, collecting fans. The smile stayed on his lips, but the words were barbed. The man raised his eyebrows awkwardly. You froze. Excuse me, you said, voice low. Jungkook chuckled, lifting his champagne glass. She's got that look, doesn't she? Like she's always a little too eager to be noticed. Can't take her anywhere without someone falling for the act. The people around you laughed, uncomfortable, forced, but it was enough. Enough to shatter the respect in the air. Enough to humiliate you. Enough to make your heart sing with shame, but only for a second. Then came the rage. You took a slow breath, stepped forward, gently removed Jungkook's hand from your waist, and faced the small crowd forming around the scene. My husband likes to dress his cruelty as humor. It makes it easier for him to swallow. Jungkook blinked. Why, it was a joke. You made a joke at me in public to feel powerful, and now I am making a promise also in public. You looked him in the eyes, steady and clear. This will be the last time you will ever embarrass me and still get to come home to me. Silence. The air turned electric. People shifted awkwardly, eyes wide. You're blowing this out of nothing. I was just joking. I have nothing to talk. You turned. Why, where are you going? It was just a joke. I told you. He hauled you. Jungkook, from now on, you have no right to touch me. Your word was like a sword to his heart. Wayne, what are you talking? I told you to leave my hand. You forcefully took your hand from his grip, and then you turned gracefully without tears and walked out of the party. Later that night, you didn't go home. You checked into a hotel alone, no explanations. Jungkook called, texted, called again. You didn't answer. He paced the bedroom, panic curling through him like smoke. His words echoed back to him, and this time he kept on calling you until you switched it off. You were done, not angry, not broken, just done. The next morning, he didn't go to work, he just waited. When you walked in, calm and collected, he stood from the couch. When you're back, thank God, I knew you can't live without me. I came to take my things. Why, are you going? Yeah. Can we talk? You raised an eyebrow. Now you want to talk? Wine, please. I was angry. I was stupid. You were cruel. You corrected for a long time. He stepped closer. I didn't mean the things I said about you being desperate or flirting but you believed them. That's who you were. Who you choose to be with me. He said nothing. Shame sat heavy in his throat, tears flowing. I loved you, Jungkook, so much I forgot how to love myself. But now I remember you walked past him, not out of anger, but power. You are not mine to fix, you added softly, and I am not yours to break anymore. I made a mistake loving you. Now I can't deal with this mistake. Wanna live my life peacefully. When, please, don't go. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I will never do this. You're the only one I have. Don't you love me? Not anymore. You walked out without caring about what he said. He stood in the hallway long after you disappeared from the corridor, and it hit him fully, deeply. You weren't walking away to hurt him. You were walking away to save yourself. And he finally understood what it meant to lose someone who once would have died for you because you taught them how to live without you.